All right, y'all, welcome to another video on Double Play Baseball. Ryan and I, in this one, are going to be talking about our updated second half predictions in the MLB, in Major League Baseball. We did this prior to the year about giving our awards predictions, record predictions, and then figuring out what we think is going to happen in the playoffs. But now we're halfway through the year, past the All-Star break. We're going to update those predictions, give you re-updated standings, awards, and playoffs. Ryan, you want to start it off with the American League standings?
Let's start with the American League East. Yankees obviously run this division. Give me the Yankees. Give me the Blue Jays at 2. Rays at 3. Red Sox, they're taking back 4. The Orioles just took them back. But the Orioles, you're gone. Orioles, sorry, bud. You're going to sell. You're going to be in 5th. AL Central now. White Sox, I still believe in the White Sox. They are winning this division. Bookmark it. Stamp it. Do it all. Twins, they're going to come in at 2. Guardians at 3. Tigers at 4, although they might sell everything. And Royals at 5. 4 and 5, I'm not worried about as much. That's going to play itself out. AL West now. Astros, you're winning this division. Mariners, you got the 2. Rangers the 3. Angels, you suck. You're in the 4. A's, you suck even worse. You're 5th in the division. So that's my AL predictions. Yeah, let's quickly into it.
Not much has changed since where they're at right now. I'm pretty much on the same wavelength as you. I got Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, Red Sox, and Orioles, although I really want the Orioles to come in 4th or 3rd, maybe even push for a playoff spot. I think they come down a little bit, though. The Red Sox, they might sell a couple pieces. They're still a really talented team. They've been successful every year. Still think they come in 4th, although might have them missing out on a playoff spot, which is something I didn't have a couple weeks ago. In the Central, I'm going different than you. I'm saying the Twins stay in the division lead. They're going to win. I think the White Sox are in 2nd. The reason I don't have the White Sox winning the division, 1, they haven't been linked to a single name all trade deadline. Like, are they trading for anyone to try and improve the team? They need to. Of course, they're playing better as of late, but if they're not going to supplement that with adding any players like the Twins have been rumored to, how am I supposed to be confident in that team to shoot up from 3rd place where they're at right now? Also, Tony La Russa as the manager, I've been burned before. I'm not going to be burned again. I think it goes Twins, White Sox, Guardians. I also, though, have Tigers, who are in last right now, but the Royals in last place. They're going to trade Andrew Benintendi, possibly a couple other pieces as well. I think they get worse. 2 of the worst teams in baseball, though who cares? The West, I agree with you. Astros, Mariners, Rangers, Angels, and A's. The Astros are fantastic. The Mariners shooting up a little bit more. They're disappointing from the Angels, but the Rangers are kind of like right in the middle.
I want to make a quick point about the White Sox before I go into the National League, because everything else we got is the same. The only reason I have faith in the White Sox, I'm not gonna spoil anything else that will come within the next 5 to 10 minutes, but I think the White Sox pitching picks it up, and I think Lance Lynn settles in. Giolito's getting better, and so I think that's a big key, and I still have faith in the White Sox lineup as well to pick it up. Tim Anderson had missed some time. He's back now. I just think Luis Robert starts to perform like I think he can. So I still have faith in the White Sox. So I think they can still do it, and so that's where I stand on them. Should I start the NL, or you want to start it?
I'll go first. We'll go East, Central, West again. In the East, sticking with my preseason prediction, I've been on the Mets all season long. I'm sticking with it, though the Braves have been pushing them. Mets, Braves, Phillies, Marlins, and Nationals. That's exactly where it's at right now. I don't think it changes through the rest of the season. Central, also, I think it's the Brewers, the Cardinals, unless they trade for Juan Soto. The Brewers, Cardinals, and then I'm going to go Pirates, Cubs, and Reds. The Pirates are going to trade a couple of pieces, but the Cubs are going to lose their 2 biggest contributors, Ian Happ, Wilson Contreras. The Reds still a poverty franchise right at the bottom. So the Pirates are 3rd place team, although it's the NL Central, so it doesn't really matter all that much. In the West, going to keep it the same too. Dodgers, Padres, Giants. I'm going to go D-backs and Rockies, though. The D-backs, I'm not sure I would have predicted them to be in 4th place coming into the year, but I think they've earned that title now. They're a better team than the Rockies by a large margin.
Yeah, and let's start off with the East. Like you said, I'm making a prediction here. We're going with the Braves. The Braves are winning this division. I think they're the reigning champs, or I know they're the reigning champs because I know baseball. I think they pick it up. They have in the past. I think last time I checked, they were a game and a half out. I don't know if they won yesterday. I know the Mets did against the Yankees when this is Wednesday, I believe. So, I mean, Braves, Mets coming in 2nd. Still have the Mets as a playoff team. Don't worry. Phillies 3, Marlins 4, Nationals 5. Into the NL Central, I'm sticking with the Brewers. I wanted to go Cardinals here. I almost did. I had it even written down in the notes, but I switched it last second. So it's Brewers, it's Cardinals, it's Pirates, it's Cubs, it's Reds. You gave all the reasoning for that. Cubs are going to keep blowing up the roster. The Reds already have, and they're going to do it even more. So I think the Reds are more of a lock for series locks than they have been come August 2nd. And in the NL West, Dodgers, number 1. Padres 2, Giants 3, Rockies 4, D-backs 5.
Switching it up.
I even had D-backs written down. I changed my mind right now, although it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm not concerned with the 4 and 5 positioning as much. But I think the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, they're locked in there. And yeah, that's where I think these teams are going to settle. And we gave our division predictions already. We'll get into our playoff predictions as well. The wild card is the big piece here. But before that, who's winning all the awards?
All right, so I wanted to have a mixture of guys I think have been great so far and are in the running, but also make some predictions. For the MVP, it's very hard not to say Shohei Ohtani in the American League. If I were to throw out another name, I'm going to go Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, who's been fantastic this year. But, I mean, we've just seen Shohei, like, even when he starts off slow, he's just so valuable doing it on both sides. It seems like it's going to be hard for us to ever have an MVP that's not Shohei. But throwing a name out there, Yordan Alvarez, I mean, Mike Trout still in the mix. There's so many names in the American League, like Aaron Judge too, but it's just like, it's hard not to go Shohei. Cy Young, I'm switching it up from Shane McClanahan, who I had as the first half MVP, or the first half Cy Young. I'm going to go Justin Verlander, so another Astro. JV has been fantastic this year, coming back from injury, and he's got a track record that I think he keeps along. He wins the Cy Young. Rookie of the Year, easiest pick on this, Julio Rodriguez. He's up there for American League MVP so far this season. He's just a rookie. You guys know how much I love Julio. I think he's Rookie of the Year. The manager, even though the Yankees, I don't have them finishing as the 1 seed, spoiler, I'm going to go Aaron Boone. The Yankees have proven me wrong this season, and I think he is the manager of the year. Shout out, though, to Brandon Hyde of the Baltimore Orioles. They've been so much better than I expected, but having a 5th-place team and manager of the year didn't sit right with me, so I'm going to go Aaron Boone.
AL MVP, I still have Shohei. I just don't see anyone else competing for it. I mean, we've seen guys who Aaron Judge, Devers, and Yordan all compete for it right now. But with hitting, I mean, you're going to come with slumps. I don't think Judge will hit the 60 home run mark like he's on pace for. It's just naturally those guys slow down. But with Shohei, I mean, he's doing it on both sides. So even when he's kind of streaky and doing bad on one side of the ball, and he's not hitting as well, he's still going out there throwing gems every 5 days. And when he's not doing that, he can hit bombs. So I just think it's with him being not having to make a push for it and already sitting in the favorite right now, I think it's his award to lose. So I'm going with Shohei. Cy Young, here's the thing that I didn't want to spoil earlier. I'm going Dylan Cease for the White Sox. I think this only happens if the White Sox win the division, which I'm saying they will. I've stuck with them this whole season. So I think Dylan Cease, although I would love to see Shane McClanahan win it as well for the Rays. I mean, he put up another great start yesterday or the other day. Didn't do as well in the All-Star game, but it's the All-Star. It doesn't matter. But, yeah, and then Rookie of the Year, J-Rod, that one's obvious. Manager of the Year, I also went the Astros as the 1 seed, so I went Dusty Baker. I don't think he's won one yet for the Astros, so Dusty Baker, give him that award.
NL, sticking with Paul Goldschmidt as the MVP. He's just been so great. I don't think he's going to slow down. I've loved Paul Goldschmidt for as long as he's played. I think he's so underrated, even in his time in the Diamondbacks when he crushed the Giants specifically, and now he's really turned it on for the best season of his career. Dark horse pick, as I said before the All-Star break, the guy we talked about pretty much all episodes so far, Juan Soto. I really think he can make a push for the MVP. Thought he was so close last year, one of the best seasons we've ever seen, yet Bryce Harper was just a little bit better. I think Juan Soto has a chance. Cy Young, sticking with Sandy Alcantara as well, so I'm going chalk for both MVP and Cy Young. He's just been so good. I love Sandy Alcantara. Rookie of the Year, a newer guy to the MLB, O'Neal Cruz, hit a couple home runs this week already. I think he's going to have a big second half. Manager of the Year, Buck Showalter, coming in year 1, winning the division in my prediction with the Mets. I think that earns him Manager of the Year.
For MVP, I stuck with my dark horse candidate from the beginning of the season. I now think he has a really good chance to win this award. It's Austin Riley. I don't know if you've seen his stats in July.
Yep.
He's hitting above 400 with double-digit bombs. He's having an absolutely ridiculous month. And I think if the Braves go on to win this division, like I predicted, I think he's a big reason why and could get the MVP here. And Cy Young, I'm also going with Sandy. I don't really see there being much competition right now. The competition before was Tony Gonsolin, but he's reaching a career high in innings, and he's a guy who struggled in the All-Star game, and I think that is a little bit indicative of where he's going to go. The other guy was Corbin Burns. I think just Sandy's been better, and I think when you're getting a back-to-back of an award, I think you have to be far and away better, and if you're kind of there, they're going to give it to the new guy. So and Sandy has been kind of objectively or subjectively better here. So Sandy's gonna whatever. Sandy is my Cy Young. Rookie of the year, I also went on Neil Cruz. We gave first half Rookie of the year to Spencer Strider, and I think he'll get limited innings as well. I think he'll still be good enough, but I don't think he'll be able to put up the longevity of the award. And I think O'Neal Cruz is kind of the guy who emerges, because we've talked about there hasn't been a clear-cut favorite in the National League like J-Rod has been in the AL. And manager of the year, I went Dave Roberts. I'm sorry for doing that, but I went best record for both leagues, and I just think Dave Roberts and the Dodgers will be not significantly, but they won't be in a race for the top record with it's the Braves in my scenario. But I think the Dodgers will win over 100 games again, and when you follow that up, I think yeah, they probably were projected to and should win over 100 games, but I think it's still impressive, and nothing else has been like crazy impressive in the National League. So I went Dave Roberts again, and yeah, those are my AL and NL awards. I hope they come true.
I think you guys can lock those in. Pretty solid award takes. I like the Austin Riley one. I wasn't bold enough to go with Austin, but he's crushing it, and the Braves are too right now. He's, again, one of my favorite players in the league. He's just so fun to watch. He's so good at third base. He probably vaults himself into that elite tier. Even if he doesn't win MVP, vaults himself into that elite third baseman tier with Machado, Arenado, Devers, and him. I think those are clear and away top 4 third basemen in the league, whatever order you want to put him in. Let's get to the playoffs. In the American League, the seedings I have, Astros is the 1, Yankees is the 2, the Twins is the 3. Those are your 3 division winners. And 3 wild cards, on the Blue Jays as the 4, Mariners as the 5, and that final 6 spot, not the Red Sox, it's going to be the Rays. The Orioles fall a little bit short as well. The Red Sox fall a tiny bit short. I don't think the Rangers or the Guardians will compete for that spot. But those are my 6. Who are your 6?
I've got also the Astros, Yankees 1 and 2. Astros 1, Yankees 2. White Sox win the division. Like I said, they're the 3. Blue Jays, the first wild card. I've got the Rays as the second wild card and the last wild card, ending their playoff drought. I think it's going to be a very dramatic finish between them and the Twins. And I think the Red Sox will finish a few games back, but I think it's going to come down to the last game. The Mariners are going to win the final game of the year to secure a playoff spot for them. They're going to go crazy on the field, breaking their playoff drought. But that's who I'm going with for my AL playoff field.
That would be just so hyped to have the Mariners make it into the playoffs in that way, as they couldn't last year, which is so unfortunate. So for me, that sets up wild card matchups of the Rays and the Twins, and the Blue Jays and the Mariners. I think the Rays overtake the Twins, the division leader. They've just got more playoff experience, and I believe in the Rays in that playoff series. So the Rays advance, and the Blue Jays advance over the Mariners. Just a little bit more firepower and a little bit more consistent pitching, and a couple guys that have seen the playoffs before. So I'm going to go the Rays over Twins, Blue Jays over Mariners. For me, that sets up Astros and Rays, Yankees and Blue Jays. I'm going to go chalk. Astros beat the Rays, the Yankees beat the Blue Jays. So it's Yankees, Astros, ALCS. As I've kind of gone the entire episode so far, gonna pick the Astros over the Yankees. So the Astros, for me, make it into the World Series in the American League.
Wow. And so into mine, the wild card is set up with Blue Jays and Rays and Mariners versus White Sox. And I'm taking the Blue Jays over the Rays here. I think they're just the better team. The only thing is playoff experience. And then Mariners over the White Sox. The Mariners not only get into the playoffs, but they're going to take down the White Sox too, which will be a 3 seed. So I think Mariners, they moving on as well. And then we get Astros-Mariners, division matchup, and Yankees-Blue Jays, another divisional matchup. So the division series will be fun here, but I got Astros and Yankees moving on. Finally, Astros-Yankees, that's going to be fun to watch. But I think it's going to set up an even more fun series to watch. The Astros are winning.
Well, the last time we saw that, too, was the Jose Altuve walk-off home run off Aroldis Chapman, and then all the cheating scandals happened, so there's going to be a lot of bad blood going into that series. The Astros are going to try and prove that they can beat the Yankees without cheating. In this scenario, they do. Let's get into the National League. For me, I have the Dodgers as the 1, the Mets as the 2, the Brewers as the 3. Again, those are your 3 division winners. And then Braves, Padres, I think that's pretty clear. And it's all about that 6th spot. Phillies, Cardinals, Giants. I don't think the Marlins sneak their way in there. I think those are the 3 teams. I've said all season, don't believe in the Phillies. I said this episode, I don't think the Cardinals are a playoff team. Right now, the Giants are not playing like a playoff team. They're playing like a really horrible team. But there's still a couple games out of that last wildcard spot, despite being at their worst level in the last 2 seasons. They had the longest streak going under 500 in the entire MLB until yesterday. Now they're 48 and 49. I still think, though, they're a couple games out of the wildcard spot. I don't believe in the Cardinals' pitching longevity. I don't believe in the Phillies' bullpen and just the Phillies in general with their slumping hitters at points. And I think it comes down to those clutch games. I'm going to trust the team that's been there before in the last couple of years in the Giants, and I think that they take that last wildcard spot, although right now it totally doesn't feel like it. This is a season prediction. It's maybe a slightly biased prediction, but that's what I'm going to go with as my 6th wildcard team. The first 5, though, I'm really confident in the fact that it's going to be those 3 division winners, and the Braves or Mets, whoever wins that division, is going to be the 2 seed, and whoever loses is going to be the 4.
Yeah, my division winners, Dodgers 1, Braves 2, Brewers 3. And then we got the Mets as the first wild card. I think whoever doesn't win in the NL East is going to be there. Padres at the second wild card, and I've got the Cardinals as the third wild card. That sets up the Brewers playing the Cardinals, and then the Mets and the Padres. And I think if this was a 5-game series, a 7-game series, or even a 5-game series, I'm taking the Cardinals over the Brewers. But just because it's a 3-game series, the top of that pitching rotation, I'm giving the edge to the Brewers winning. And then the Mets over the Padres. And that sets up Dodgers, Mets, Braves, Brewers. And I'm getting my matchup, repeat matchup, Dodgers versus the Braves. And I'm going Dodgers revenge over the Braves, setting up a huge Dodgers-Astros World Series. And I'll give my pick first because if you know me, it's probably obvious there's not a chance. I don't care if the Dodgers are down 3-0 in this series. I'm not picking the Astros to beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers get their revenge over the Astros.
If that happens in this Dodgers-Astros World Series, you're coming to LA in October, and we're going to buy the tippy top seats to go to a World Series game.
I'm gonna go to Houston too. I'm going to all 7 games of that series.
All 7 games.
I don't care. I'll spend as much money as I need.
You heard it here first. Ryan Donahue going to all 7. So you're saying it's going 7 games?
All 5 games.
all 4 games, Dodgers sweep. For me in the National League, the wild card matchups were Brewers over Giants, Braves over Padres. I believe this is exactly what I had coming into the year, although I had the Giants beating the Brewers. This time, I'm going to go with the Brewers. The Giants just don't feel like as good of a team as I thought coming into the year. Still going Braves over Padres. The Braves have been so hot. I think they're a team that you should be watching out for. Even if they don't win the division into the playoffs, they've got that playoff experience. And for me in the NLDS, it would be Dodgers over the Braves and then the Mets over the Brewers. It was so close for me going Braves over Dodgers, but I didn't want to have a repeat. I just think that the Dodgers have improved. They're just so good with Freddie Freeman, and I just feel more confident in the Dodgers this year. And then the Mets over the Brewers, easy choice for me. I really like the Mets this year. So that sets up Dodgers and Mets. Really close to giving the edge to the Mets. I was really close to giving the edge to the Mets, but the Dodgers, I mean, they're just too good. They've bought this team, and they've formulated such a good roster. And it sets up Dodgers and Astros in the World Series. it is worst case scenario for me. I don't want the Astros to actually. No, if the Astros beat the Dodgers, I will laugh at you so hard, and it would be so funny because then anytime that you mention the Astros cheating over them and the fact that they beat the Dodgers in the World Series, I could just say, well, they also beat you and they weren't cheating. But I'm gonna go with the Dodgers as the World Series champions.
I feel like I just won a championship with you taking that pick, and I was so surprised when I saw this, and I would love to have you be proven right, and it goes Dodgers' way, and finally shut up everyone about that's a 60-game Mickey Mouse ring. More importantly, shut up Blooper. Blooper's been talking that talk on Twitter. I want Blooper to stop talking. Hopefully the Dodgers get their revenge over the Braves, and so I can tweet at Blooper all day long. So, I mean, those are our picks. Let us know what you think is going to happen, but it's going to be a fun stretch and into the October.
Dark horse team. I mean, you have the Dodgers winning the World Series. You have the Astros in the World Series. Dark horse team out of those names to win the World Series.
Dark horse. I don't know if there is a dark horse team because I feel like in the American League it's Astros or Yankees. I don't feel like a team touches them. And the National League, it's Dodgers, Mets, and Braves. I don't see the Brewers or Cardinals being there. I guess if I had to say, maybe I don't know. Maybe the whichever team gets one, so I'm gonna say is my dark horse. If it's not one of those top teams that are already projected to be there, I think, put them there.
I'm going to go with, I mean, I guess it's not really dark horse for you because you have them as the 2 seed, but the Braves for me are the 4 seed. They miss out on the division win over the Mets, but I think that with their playoff pedigree coming off a World Series, they could be a dark horse team. I didn't want to have the same World Series Astros and Braves again because we just haven't seen that happen, or repeat World Series champion in a long time, but the Braves definitely could make it there. It's just they're playing against the odds and the themes of the past couple of years. But that's what we have for second half updated predictions. Any other bold takes, updated predictions you want to make for the second half before we wrap this one up? I
think I made my bold picks with Austin Riley and Dylan Cease there. So those are my bold predictions, and I'm all bold predictioned out.
Yeah, well, it's been a long podcast episode, and we've enjoyed you guys coming on for the YouTube video for both of these, the Juan Soto one and then this one. So thank you guys all for listening. You guys know what to do down in the description. All of our socials, check out our website, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can go over and find us on all these other platforms and talk baseball with us. Second half is coming. We're going to cover it the whole way throughout the playoffs. It's going to be so exciting. Without further ado, thank you guys for listening to the episode. We've been the Double Play Podcast, and we will see you guys next time.